We'll get them all muted out. Hey, YouTubers. The YouTube crew. I wish y'all could see all the comments they're doing while we're live, because you can't see them. They're over there just chatting away without everybody. Um, but anyway, today is, what is today? 9/20/2020, you guys, 9/20/2020. And so it's a great day. It's a great day to be a Mary Kay, that's for sure. And I wanted to kind of continue a little bit of our, it is still our anniversary month. And I want to play y'all a little video to start out our show tonight. And this is Mary Kay on 60 Minutes. And some of you, I'm sure, have seen it. I have seen it. But it's been a while since I actually saw the whole thing. It's like 10 minutes. But for those of you that are newer, or you've heard of Mary Kay and you've maybe looked at her book, this is just a good insight of what Mary Kay Ash was really about and why she started the company. And, sometimes when people get on 60 Minutes, they're trying to trip you up. Like, I don't know if y'all, it's like an investigation type thing, or maybe not, but anyway, but this was very complimentary to Mary Kay. It was in, before I joined Mary Kay, I think at one point she said something about the company wasn't 15 years old yet. So that made it around 1977, but it could be that was just an excerpt in the video. So it was between that and 1980. Matter of fact, I think that was one of our trivia questions recently, but so some of y'all look that up and tell me. But anyway, what I want you to look at this is just think about Mary Kay. Okay, now this video, the company's 15 years old. Now we are 57 years old. Look at this woman, how beautiful her skin is. And, they described her as a retired grandmother who did this, who started the company. Where most people are slowing down thinking, what am I going to do with all my time? She thought, I'll just start a company, and worked it for 40 something years before she passed away. I think it's amazing. So, and the values that she instilled. So we're just going to take a minute and we're going to just view this together. And I'd like you to just kind of, maybe if something touches you when you watch it about our company, I want you to be proud of it. It's our anniversary month. The bracelet this month is called Link to the Legacy. And if you don't know your legacy at all, that's why people get all involved in ancestry.com, because they want to know where they came from and who their parents and their parents, yes, but their grandparents, great grandparents, and were they in the war? What did they do? And my dad has a book this thick that he went all the way back, and he's like, did you know that we were kin to Daniel Boone? I'm like, really, Daddy? Wow. I said, and he got teared up telling me about these people we're kin to. Of course, there's some winos in there he didn't tell me about, but anyway, he's got the whole book, and he printed copies for all of us. It's something else, really, when you know where you came from. So we're going to watch this together real quick, and I think you guys will enjoy it. And then we're going to talk to you a little bit about what you can do the last 10 days of the month to really make it count, okay? So here we go. All right.
One.
I've got that Mary Kay enthusiasm up in my head, up in my head, up in my head.
They may be singing just because they like to sing, and they may be singing because it's the beginning of a new day. And guess who's coming to work? Every morning around 9:30, a pink Cadillac turns the corner into a parking lot on Corporate Row in Dallas, Texas. It slips into the reserved space along with the other pink Cadillacs. Pink is the color of success at this company. And this is space number 1, reserved for the chairman of the board. And out she steps, the chairwoman in this case, herself, a symphony in pink. Mary Kay Ash, age unknown and never to be told. The founder and driving force behind
Good morning, Mary Kay Cosmetics.
a direct sales company began 16 years ago when this retired grandmother decided to go into business for herself. Today, there are 50,000 salespeople, almost all of them women, selling her products. And the company now grosses $100 million a year.
My objective was just to help women. It was not to make a tremendous amount of sales. I want women to earn money commensurate with men. I want them to be paid on the basis of what they have between their ears and their brains, and not because they're male or female. But at the same time, I would like women to remain feminine, because I have found that it's an asset to be female in a man's world.
I think we're getting a really, really nice look.
If you haven't heard of Mary Kay, you soon will. The products bearing her name cannot be bought in a store. Like Tupperware, they can only be bought at an event, usually held at a friend's house.
We're going to dot here, here.
The Mary Kay beauty consultant, she is never called a saleswoman, might invite half a dozen people to a beauty demonstration. She is not a Mary Kay employee. She is a freelance businesswoman who buys the cream or tint or goo wholesale from the Mary Kay plant and then sells it at a profit over the dining room table.
Okay, the basic starter set sells for $37.
Two of our girls this year, and I think this is phenomenal, reached the $1 million mark in earnings. And this is less than 15 years. This is not on sales. I'd like to make that clear. This is when you progress up that ladder to the point where you are helping teach other women to go out and do a tremendous job.
And what do you think those women would have done otherwise, without this, without you?
They would be home looking at days of our lives.
The essence of Mary Kayism is the cultivation of a spirit that is part religious, part sorority, part military. It's a life, like, say, the Marine Corps or the Carmelite nuns. But instead of vows of silence, they've taken vows of enthusiasm. An army of loyalists who burst into songs of praise at the least provocation. What Mary Kay pours back to her consultants, aside from the profit, is an intense personal relationship between herself and the Mary Kay family. All letters are answered personally. All 50,000 birthdays are remembered.
If you would ask me, what is it that women need across America, Australia, and Canada, I would have to say it's confidence. Here's a woman who's never had any praise at all for anything she's ever done. Maybe the only applause she ever had was when she graduated from high school. She wants recognition. So we praise her for everything good that she does. We praise our people to success.
And we thank you so much for what you've done.
The slightest effort is recognized. Trophies are handed out for anything, for just being wonderful.
Oh, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, you don't have to say anything except that you will have this every day to remember that we think you're wonderful.
The consultants wear their Mary Kay decorations with the pride of veterans of foreign wars.
This you see here is the ladder of success, and this goes on a quarterly basis of production. And then you build each quarter on your ladder all the way up to the top.
This beautiful Ada diamond ring can be won for production in Mary Kay.
On the pin, there are two shovels, one large and one small. The small shovel signifies all the good that we give out to others. And if we do that, that God will give us back a large shovelful.
Big shot male executives are said to have a presence. They exude power. And wherever they go, there is the hush of deference from the lesser men whose lives they control. When Mary Kay comes to town, it's exactly the opposite. The air is so thick with upbeatness, you can practically cut it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with a great deal of pleasure that I present to you our leader, our motivator, our inspiration, our First Lady, your Chairman of the Board, Mary Kay.
No Mary Kay person, including Mary Kay herself, lets more than a minute go by without invoking God. It's as if the road to heaven is paved with cosmetic sales.
I sincerely feel that we are not as smart as the balance sheets would show, that God has blessed this company beyond all belief, for the simple reason that we came along at a time when women were coming into their own. And he wants you to become the beautiful person that he knows he created.
Do you think that's really fair in terms of marketing, to inject God into it as though there was some religious experience involved in either working for, buying, selling?
Let me say this. I really feel that our company is where it is today and has been blessed beyond all belief by the fact that God is using our company as a vehicle to help women to become the beautiful creatures that he created.
But do you think in a sense you're using God?
I hope not. I sincerely hope not. I hope he's using me instead.
Annette, how are you, darling?
Mary Kay beauty consultants are only seen carefully coiffed and made up and wearing dresses, never jeans. No liquor is served at Mary Kay functions.
Do you tell your people no drinking, no smoking?
Yes. Well, we suggest that if you smoke, please don't smoke during the beauty show. You can do without a cigarette for 2 hours. But as far as alcohol is concerned, no alcoholic beverages are served at any Mary Kay function.
Like other chairpersons, Mary Kay has thoughts that touch the very essence of life. The ages of woman, for example.
To the age of 14, a woman needs good parents and good health. And then from 14 to 40, she needs good looks. From 40 to 60, she needs personality. And after 60, I'm here to tell you what you need is cash.
If you want to get a sense of something special, then you must attend the annual Mary Kay seminar in Dallas. 8,000 women pay their own way to come to Texas for this crowning event in the life of a Mary Kay person.
Seminar is bigger than life. You can't experience until you get here. There's no way you can go back home and tell all your people and all your customers and all your girls the excitement that goes on here, because it's absolutely super. You learn so much. Making money, forever and all the time. Now the time to say goodbye to our poverty.
This is a blatant, unapologetic tribute to Mary Kay and capitalism. Other corporate giants walk on stage. Mary Kay levitates.
She's a harpsichord, she's a clarinet. She's the Philadelphia Orchestra. She's the modern jazz quartet.
Busby Berkeley would not be embarrassed by the show or the budget. $1 million just to throw this annual 3-day bash in Dallas that leads finally to awards night. These are the best for the whole year. There are more queens crowned in one night in Dallas than in 400 years of Westminster Abbey. But finally, the queen of queens, the numero una in the nation, the top sales director at Mary Kay.
And Shirley.
If women, when they are girls, have fantasies of dizzying lives, clinking diamonds, clothed in mink, they quickly lose them to the mortgage and the children and the rest. But Mary Kay Ash, with a touch of marketing genius, proves it can all come true for anyone in middle life. There's a rich, pink world out there, and all you gotta do is sell.
Won't you come on in?
Won't you come on in?
Knock and the door will open.
Knock and the door will open. Seek and you will find. Ask and you will be given. The key to this world of mine.
I'll be waiting here.
I'll be waiting here.
With my arms unfurled.
With my arms unfurled.
Waiting just for you.
Waiting just for you.
Welcome to our world.
Welcome to our
Okay, so that's a little bit of Mary Kay history. So 1979, I got the date. Okay. I just wanted, before I say anything else, I'd like each sales director just to tell me kind of what was your quick takeaway from watching that? I know many of you have seen it before, but this is like, I just watched it twice even. So what would be something that moved you during this? And say, why don't you just kick us off with that? Just anything that you thought stood out to you.
I don't know. It was very moving. I've seen the little blurb before where she said, I hope God is using me. but it just really made me proud. I mean, just to see how far we've come, to see Mary Kay's heart, and really to see the enthusiasm of women when you think it's been all these years, those little rabbit ears and that bunny tail. That is, I don't know. It just made me proud. It really made me kind of tear up. But yeah, it was awesome.
Thank you, Selah. Thank you. Good. Latrice?
Hey, had to unmute myself. I'm like Selah. I mean, it's very moving, and I just love the fact that really nothing has changed. And what I mean by that is, from the very beginning, Mary Kay Ash had such wisdom, and she cared about everybody. And I just love that. But I was sitting there listening to really the numbers and stuff, like directors were selling $1 million back in 1979. How awesome is that? Right. And then I kind of started laughing when they said, what do you think women would be doing right now at your age? And she said, watching Days of Our Lives. Like, she's so right. But anyway, right. I just love watching her. It's just very emotional, and like Selah said, it makes you very proud that you're in this company.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Latrice. All right, Sharon, you want to go next? You'll have to unmute.
Which Sharon?
Sharon Strasburg.
Okay.
Sharon, if you can figure out how to, you have to there you go.
Okay, there it goes. I was laughing because I just think it's really cute, and just how sincere she is, you know. I mean, and I think he was trying to put a slant on it that we would not like, and he couldn't get there because of her. And I just appreciate her so much. And for me, the part about I hope God's using me, I've always loved that line, that, you know, that's why she founded this company under God's family career. And what a model. Do you know any other companies that have that as their slogan? I don't know any. And when I ever have talk about it to like a networking group, I'm always bring that up, that, you know, we were founded under that, and we try to live by that. And I think it really says a lot for our company, especially for our leader, Mary Kay. But thank you.
Thank you, Sharon. Thank you. Okay, Jana.
Okay, well, first of all, I thought he said she arrived at 9:30 every day. And I thought Mary Kay was a night woman. Way to go, Mary. Of course, I know she said she was part of the 5 o'clock club. So anyway, yeah. She probably got more accomplished by 9:30 than anyone else. You know, this same things are true. Women need confidence. We need to praise them to success. That's still so true in this world and in our day and age here. But I think what touched me the most is the words that Mary Kay used when she was giving the woman that trophy. And she said, oh my goodness, you know, I love this is so great. And she said, well, I hope that you will remember how great that we think you are. So we want to give you this because we want you to remember how great you are. And I thought, just her beautiful, the genuineness of how she loved people and how she really wanted women to think of themselves in a different way and for them to be confident was beautiful. And so, you know, I've known that, but something tonight just really touched me in that way.
It's something just seeing her do it, you know.
Yes.
We've read her books and she's told us to pretend everybody has that sign around their neck, like Selah talked about last week, but to see her do it, I mean, and that's why people followed her. That's why people would put bunny ears on. And which is funny, y'all, for those of you that have not been in Mary Kay very long, that was kind of a trend that went on back in the 80s. And, you know, like some of the units would do different things. Like I'm sure that unit was somebody's, like maybe Betty's Bunnies or something. I promise you. And I remember when I became a sales director, my sister said, Cleta, because we've been going to seminar for a while, she's like, please don't make us wear anything weird on our head. I'm like, I promise. But I was under my adoptive director, Deborah Bishop, and she always would wear stuff on her head. Like she'd be just like that girl. Like we call them dilly boppers. She'd stick them on here and have something swinging on the top of her head. And she was always crazy like that. But you know what? It goes back to like girls just want to have fun. They don't care. They're grown women with children at home. They left their worries and put bunny ears on and a bunny tail. so funny.
And I think something happens when you act silly in front of other people, because when we grow up, we're told to not act silly. And so when I went to my first conference that people were dancing, I'm like, what? And then I'm like, once I gave myself permission to relax and dance, it was like, it was on. And I'm like, this is amazing. This is so freeing.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, Loree, we'd love to hear from you.
I felt as I was watching that, and kind of like Selah, I had watched that small clip, but I've never seen that in its entirety. And the whole time, I kind of had a mixture of two emotions. One was very blessed that, you know, God would inspire Mary Kay to form this company that would reach down through the ages to bless me, as well as so many, many others. And then the other emotion that I couldn't help but feel is guilt, because we, you know, why have I not shared this with more and more women? Because we have such a blessing, and we have, you know, such a company that can make women feel important and help their self-confidence. And all she asked us to do was pass it on. And that's just a bigger burden and mission for me. You know, it already was becoming, but now after seeing Mary Kay's words again, and that's one of the reasons that I love going to seminar, because we get to see so many of those videos of her. So again, thank you for sharing that with us and just reminding us that she did ask us to pass it on.
Yeah. Thank you, Loree. And it's funny, but before I played, I thought, well, I wonder how many of these have seen it. I don't want it to be old hat, but I thought, well, I've seen it, but I don't remember all of it. I've seen the whole thing before, but it's been a while. And so anyway, thank you for saying that. Okay, let's see. Rosie, you want to go next? And then Katie.
Okay, so can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm kind of thinking a little bit along the line of what Latrice was saying. The first thing that caught my attention, because of the time, that was 1 year after we got married. And so I was in college then, and I was looking at, first of all, honestly, I was looking at the hairstyles and the clothing. That was the first thing that kind of caught my eye, like, it, you know, brought back a lot of memories. But the thing is, you know, the hairstyles are different now. The clothing is different now, but so much has stayed the same. And there's a lot to be said for tradition. There really is. I think change is great, but there's also that value of tradition. And what the women were saying about, they were trying to describe seminar and saying, you just have to be there to experience. How many times have I said that, you know, 50 years, or not 50, but 40 something years later, you know? And then the last thing that just, I really did have tears in my eyes when she was doing that welcome to my world thing at the end. I'm like, you know, that just really, really touched me. I'd never heard that part. So I think anytime she speaks and I hear her voice, I feel like I kind of sit up a little straighter and just listen more intently. So.
That's right. Thank you, Rosie. That's perfect. Okay, Katie, new director. Probably newer in Mary Kay than any of the other directors.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can. I know you didn't see it because you're driving, right?
I am, but that's okay. Hey, okay, so the biggest thing, and I'm just going to mimic everything that everyone has said, and I'm sorry if you hear small voices in the background.
Oh, that's all right.
But I felt grateful. The entire time I was listening, I felt grateful, and I love hearing her voice, just like all of you have said. I just love hearing her voice, and I love that you did this at this time, Cleta, when it's the link to the legacy, because there's so many reasons for us to learn more about Mary Kay and to learn more about what this company is about and what it stands on. And a year ago, well, yeah, a little over a year ago, when I decided I would really like this to be used as my ministry, as how I'm connecting with more women, because Christ has created that opportunity in my life, you know, and put it in my lap, and Mary Kay can be a vehicle for that. And then hearing her say that and hearing the reasons why, you know, and just, I'm so grateful. And also, like what Loree said, with why haven't I shared this with more women? The opportunity is supposed to be a gift, and we are asked to give it away. And I am so thankful for this interview though that we just watched, because I feel like it causes you to have more of bigger thinking, like outside of the box, because I know I can say that to my girls and my consultants until we're all blue in the face, but actually hearing it from her and seeing the possibilities and seeing that they grossed over 100 million in 1979, that's incredible. That's amazing. After being in business for 16 years. But yeah, I just really, really enjoyed that, and I'm just so incredibly grateful for this opportunity in this business.
Thank you. And I think one of the things they were saying about the million is that one of their sales directors had made $1 million in a year. I think is what she was saying. She goes, that's through, because she was saying that's not what they sold, that's through helping others. And so they may have said 100 million too.
But
That
they did.
I think it was they met their first million milestone in commissions.
Yeah, and then they said something.
They also said that the company made 100 million in a year.
Okay, perfect, awesome. Mary Kay, so awesome.
That
You
shocked
guys, yeah. Here's the thing: is I felt. Well, of course, since I met Mary Kay, I mean, I truly loved Mary Kay. I mean, I still love Mary Kay, even though she's passed away. But like, I don't know. I mean, it was really like, I can remember the day she came on stage and she had a stroke, and they propped her up so that she could stand, and she wanted to deliver that final word. And I mean, I remember it. I've never cried so hard. Like, it was the weirdest thing. I mean, like, you're in seminar, she comes on stage and she just says, she mouthed as best she could that she loved us and to pass it on. I mean, and that's, the fact that she would, in her state, get dressed up, she was on this thing that they kind of strapped her in there so she could stand, not come out in a wheelchair, and it just moved me, the courage of this woman. And that's why the company, I think, all of us that knew her, we believed in Mary Kay, and Mary Kay believed in God. And so it just was a partnership. We didn't worship Mary Kay. Mary Kay didn't ask us to worship her. She wanted us to worship God. So it's really something special when you have someone that's kind of like a celebrity, and yet she pointed it all up to God every single time, you guys. She never said, look at me. We looked at her, we wanted to shake her hand because she meant so much to us. But anyway, you guys, it's on YouTube. If you ever want to watch it again or share it at something, you can just look up 60 Minutes Rewind or 60 Minutes Mary Kay, and you can find that. But anyway, okay, I want to transition a little bit. We have 10 days left for till the end of the month. Today is the 10th. We have 30 days in the month. If you count today, so I guess there's 9 days, but we're going to count today because that's what I did here. So I want to talk to you about a couple of things that could happen between now and the end of the month. If you have not done anything else this month, like you just woke up and go, wow, it's September. I forgot I sold Mary Kay, right? Okay. So if you just sold $50 a day from now until the end of the month, $50 a day, that'd be $250 that you would have sold. $500 that you would have sold, and you could do a $250 order. So any of you that are not active, or any of you that have team members that aren't active, this is something that you could think about doing, $50 a day. And y'all know with our products and what we have right now, that's really selling probably like 2 items, one repair item or 2 skincare items, right? 2 foundations. It's pretty easy to sell $50. If you do at least a $300 order between the 16th and the 30th, then you will be officially on target for Star. What a lot of people do is they order on the 15th and finish their Star, and then they don't order again. And then they're kind of behind, on your Star, because really by the end of this month, you need to have $300 in towards your next Star. So think about that. Even if you've already done a 6, you may want to come in and, sell enough to do a 3 between now and the end of the month so that you will be officially on target for Star, because it's $150 a week. You guys, is what it is. And we're in our first 2 weeks of the new quarter. Okay, if you said, I'm going to stretch, I really want that legacy bracelet, but I have not sold one single thing in September. And I know this is not the boss space, but let's just say it's someone you know. Asking for a friend. If you sold $120 a day, that is $1,200 you would sell. That give you enough for a $600 order and a $600 profit for you. And I'm sure all of you could think of some way. I know it'd be hard to spend your $600 profit, right? So and it would help you win that legacy bracelet, which I just think is important this month. It's the anniversary month. You just want to win the legacy bracelet, you know, linked to our legacy. So let's talk about a couple things that you could sell to get this. So $50. Okay, the first thing that came to my mind is charcoal mask, because everybody likes it. And when people buy the charcoal mask, they really do use it. I know sometimes people might buy a lipstick and then they use it for special occasions. Like this one is kind of dark. I don't wear it all the time. But today I'm like, let's do it. It's berry famous and and evening berry lip gloss on top of it. And I thought, that's what I'm doing today. But I'll have it a while. I don't need another evening berry probably till next year because I have other glosses. Do y'all know what I mean? But charcoal mask is something that I personally, a couple times a week, I will put that charcoal mask on and then Brad use it and it will run out. So people do continue to reorder charcoal mask. That's what I found. So you could try to sell 2 a day for 10 days. That's $380. And so, I'm sorry, $480, which is close to that $500 mark. It's still enough to make you active. Okay. So, that would be a 240 order, so you're about there, right? You just need a little tiny bit more. Okay, the next is if you sold, like for the 120, if you have repair customers, that's a lifting serum and a day cream. So you may reach out to your repair customers and see if they're low on their lifting serum. That only lasts 6 weeks if they're using it right, morning and night. So you just call your repair customers. Hey, how are you doing? Are you low on anything? How's your lifting serum? Are you about ready to need another one of those? I sold one today, a lifting serum and a satin lips, boom, $100. And so that's something you could think about. Eye makeup removers. That's something that people use. I think I use one a month. I don't know if I use too much or what, but I'm like, I feel like I just open them and then it's out. But I put a lot on the cotton ball because I don't like to rub and tug. So I really, really saturate it. But if you sold 8, that's $120. Now, so you'd have to sell 8 a day to meet that goal. But that could be something that you could have a little goal. Maybe your goal is to sell, 50 eye makeup removers. Every single person that wears mascara needs an eye makeup remover. So every single woman whether she uses Mary Kay or not, she needs one. And most people do not like their eye makeup removers. They like, it pulls, it tugs, it's greasy, it's Vaseline. We have the best. So that's something you could sell. The new hand wash, $10. And, I know Jana and Sayla, and I know Allison, I was talking to her, have, they've been pushing the new hand wash is $10 as a gift with purchase instead of like the minis that are section 2, because it goes towards your wholesale. It's a nice big fat gift, right? So instead of spending $5 on a mini microdermabrasion set, why don't you spend $5 and get a full-size hand soap? You put your label on there. They'll have it in the kitchen. Their guests will use it. Hopefully they'll get one for every sink. It's so inexpensive after you give them one. But that could be an idea to do a gift with purchase. If they spend $50, they get a free hand wash, or if they spend $100, whatever you want to do. Or you could package them together with a hand cream. That's $22 and sell 55 sets. That's $1,200 in sales. So that wouldn't be that hard to do. I don't think. That seems pretty easy. Okay. Another thing that I think would be a good seller is the little petites, the little compacts that you put 4 eyeshadows in. They're $40. I know many of you have seen them on Facebook. I know I posted them. Go to my Mary Kay web business page and you can see them, but they have all these different looks and they're $40 and they have been really, it's pumpkin spice, starry night, all fall stuff. That would be something that you could focus on selling. If you sold 30 of those, that's $1,200. And there's your $600 order and there's your $600 in profit, okay? The other thing that I want you to think about as far as the 10 days is booking 10 appointments for the next 10 days. You could do these like a one-on-one appointment. You can do a party of 3. You could do a party of 6. You could do a Zoom party. You could do a Facebook party, with 20 people, however you want to do it. But, the possibilities are endless, but just to see people every single day, or take, this, Saturday, maybe set up and do a bunch on Saturday, the 26th. Maybe you could do 3 or 4 parties. If they're Facebook parties, you could do 5 or 6 parties. honestly. Like easy. All right. Share the Mary Kay opportunity with 10 people. 1 out of 5 will recruit. So you would probably end the month with 2 qualified people. And remember, you want to get in red. We're doing a red rally. Most of these directors are participating. And so we're going to have a little call that we're going to be doing. And if you shared with 15 people, if you have no team members right now, and you share the Mary Kay opportunity with 10 people from the heart, you actually sat down and talked to them or called them on the phone, maybe shared a video and then called them back and went over it, you should be able to get your 3 people. And you want to remember about the target market that we talked about a couple of weeks ago, where 25 to 55, married, kids, higher education, owns their own home, has a job. 3 out of those. If they have 3 out of those, that's target market, okay? Ask for referrals. That's another thing you could do. You could ask 5 of your friends and customers to give you 5 names, and that would give you 25 brand new leads. And what you could do is offer her a 10% discount for each person that she gives you that actually books an appointment or makes a purchase, up to 50% off. So if she gave you 5 names and all 5 booked, then you would give that woman who gave you the names 50% off of an order, or 1 item, however you want to do it. A lot of us have been pushing something called 10 plus 10, 10, 10, 10. And that is, it's for a month, but in case you hadn't got started, it's 10 parties of 3 people in a month, 10 shares, and $1,000 order. And your director will give you something amazing for doing this. So you just ask her, and if she is not on this Boss Bay call and you're an adoptee, you just call your director and say, Cleta said that if I did 10 parties and I did 10 shares and I placed $1,000 wholesale, that I would get a really nice prize. And I promise you, she'll give you something. Okay. Now you have to tell her, these are the people I interviewed. These are the names for you to help me follow up. It has to be legit. Okay. So, that's what I kind of had on my heart as far as these next 10 days to generate some stuff. And so I'm going to start with Jana because I talked to her earlier of how to do this. And she had a great idea of like how to get some extra sales this week. So Jana, I'm gonna let you go next and kind of talk about that a minute.
Well, in my practice of really making sure that I'm calling at least 10 people a day and calling my customers, I've been setting up some appointments here and there. So like, and checking in with people about the catalog. Did you get your catalog? Did you see anything? Did you get a chance to try the lip gloss? Because they all got lip gloss samples in there. And so I set up this last weekend, I had a double facial with a mother-daughter. And then I also had 2 on-the-go appointments where I got together with these people that one of them, was just interested in lip gloss and one of them was just interested in an eyeliner. And so, make sure that when you get together with people, either if it's at your home, you have things set up, you have a little station set up where they can smell the new products. Or if you don't have the new products, maybe they can smell the fragrances. What do you have? Do you have, even if you have very little inventory and you have some body lotions that are in your bathroom, go grab them and take some products with you that people can try. And so you can talk about how you can, gift them for the holidays or whatever the case may be. But I upsold, the one gal that just wanted a lip gloss, she bought a lip gloss for she and her daughter. She bought Mad About Masking, and I think she bought an eye makeup remover. Anyway, it just really added up. And then, and so I had like $300, over $300 in sales from just those 4 people. And then the gal that just wanted to do the eyeliner, she checked out the things and she loved the smell of coconut. And so she was wondering what those new sets smelled like. Well, I gave her that opportunity. And I think that, when you have a basket there, or you take a basket with you everywhere you go, where are you going this week? Can you take a basket of products with you and say, oh my gosh, have you smelled this? Would you be willing to give me your opinion? Which one of these 3 do you think smells the best? I just need to get some people's opinions. And then you'll get people surrounding your basket if you're at a workplace or whatever, and they'll be excited about it. And so think about this too. One of my clients, I said, hey, how are you doing? I'd love to get together with you and just show you the new products. And she stopped by my house and we had a conference call last Monday night, and she's like, or it was Thursday night. And I said, okay, well, I've got a call. So we were only going to be able to spend like 15 minutes. She came in, I had everything set up. I know she has daughters. And I said, I think this is something that your daughters would love to have. And so, you know, she bought 2 of the citrus sorbet sets. She bought 2 of the Mad About maskings because she wanted to have that. And you know, what about if you're, think about what is related to these different products. Mad About masking or the charcoal mask. What about a mask applicator? Do you happen to have a mask applicator, or do you like to get it on your hands? You know, just ask them questions like that. And so you don't have to say, oh, I think you should have this. You could just ask them a question. Would you like to have it on your hands or on this masking applicator? Or if they buy an eyeliner, are you using Mary Kay's oil-free eye makeup remover? Because it's fabulous. And by the way, Cleta, I loved all of the ideas that you shared, but I think that's just thinking outside the box. Like, how could I increase this sale from where it's at now? What else could I show her that she could fall in love with? And you guys, I love that Cleta talked about the lip gloss. You know, it might take you a while to run through that. Think smart. What are the products that you could sell that people run out of every day? What do they use every day? Do you take a shower every day? Yes. So 2-in-1 body wash and shave. Hydrating lotion, especially going into fall. Do you have, and you know, it just goes on. Just think about that. The skincare, anything that's washing down the drain every day. I think it's really, really super important.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. And you know, if you're ever in a group of people that you sell to, and I know some of y'all know that I started back playing golf again. And so I did that party with my golfer girls. And then Thursday night, we had a little thing. And so one of the girls that was here, she goes, hey, she was at a table with a bunch of people. You can't pay for this stuff. You know, she goes, hey, listen, we got to get that contouring party going. I got 5 or 6 people that want to do it. And then some people around the table, they're like, well, I need that beginner party. I'm like, thank you, Lord. You know, and I said, all right. So, you know, people got their phones. I said, let's get it on the books, you know. And of course, I booked it on like the day that I got to have some surgery. So I had to call her back. And I'm like, that's not going to work that day. But anyway, she said, I got 5 or 6 people that want to go. I said, well, I can put 10 around the table. And so it's interesting that, like, if you can get a group, let's say, I don't know if some of you are going back to church or if you are in anything else where there's some Mary Kay people that love Mary Kay, a customer, and then you talk about some Mary Kay in front of her and some of her girlfriends. It's amazing. Today at church this morning, this girl, she goes, Cleta, I need you to send me a text of some good fall lipsticks. I need like 3 fall lipsticks. So I said, all right. Then this other girl, she goes, I think I need a facial, because she's one of my very best customers. She goes, I just need all this stuff. It just needs to like go back. I said, all right, girl. I said, we can give you a facial. I said, it's been a while. I said, she goes, I need anything that is new for wrinkles. I said, okay. I said, I got you covered, girl. And so, like, it's funny. It's kind of like you want it to be the end thing with your friends and you want them to tell their friends. That's why referrals are so beautiful. So, okay. Any of the other directors have anything? You can just pop in, unmute, any other like little tips that we can do between now and the end of the month.
I just want to echo what you said about getting in front of people again, because today I did my first face-to-face facial again, you know, after all the COVID and doing everything virtual. And you know, she just bought everything we put on her. You know, had been out of the workforce for she had retired, and now she's going to go back to work and start tomorrow. And so she just said, I need something for these wrinkles and just whatever makeup you put on me. And so it was, people will buy. You know, we're getting tired of being at the house. We're getting tired of, you know, I went shopping yesterday morning with my mom and got some stuff for the house. And I'm like, oh, this feels good again. People are tired. They're coming out of hibernation and they're wanting to spend money. So I love what Jana said about, you know, getting out and going, you know, taking some products with you. Just a great reminder and great tip on that. So I'll just second that as well.
All right. And, you know, I had a customer call me yesterday and she said, she's bought the repair set for me for years, but she doesn't buy foundation. You know, y'all have customers like that. They buy everything. Then they have this other brand they like, right? So she goes, well, I've been buying, I think it's Beauty Control is what she said, for 40 years. And now I can't get it anymore. So I guess I need to get you to bring me something. She goes, bring me some samples. And then she says, in the middle of that book, there's a lotion. I need that too, because on the holiday book, if you did it early enough, there is a lotion, the white tea and citrus body lotion, and it's a nice size in here. I was impressed, you know, And she said, yeah, she goes, hang on. She goes, I tried. She goes, let me go find my book. Of course, I knew what it was. She goes, satin body silkening shea lotion. Yeah, bring me one of those. I said, all right. And so there are some people that buy from a company that because of COVID, they cannot get it anymore. So keep your eyes and ears open because we are in a spot. Jana, unmute.
Okay, and upsell them. If they buy that, say, okay, well, if you love that scent, we do have a scrub and a shower gel. Would you like something like that?
Yeah, I'm going to bring all three to her. Believe me, she's a doctor. She needs it all.
Absolutely.
You can afford it. Come on. I go to the doctor's office and I just spread it out all over her table.
Perfect.
Okay, anybody else?
I have an idea.
Okay.
Okay. You have to go to your InTouch on your computer, not on your phone. Well, I'm sure you can find it on your phone too. But when it pulls up, when your screen comes up, down over here on the right-hand side, it says action items with a little check mark. Click it, because if you enter your customers on there, it is going to show you all these reminders. And y'all may be way better than me at this, but I'm kind of behind on reminders. So it will tell you who you need to be following up with and the last products that they bought. So there's like 200 on mine. So I need to get busy. That's if y'all have some action items, follow up with some customers today. Well, this week.
Yes. Awesome. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. Okay. Anybody else?
Hey, Cleta, I have an idea.
Okay.
You can send the look link to people, even though we mail it out to people. A lot of times, they're getting a lot of catalogs. Sometimes it just gets stacked in the corner. And so over the weekend, I sent the link out to my customers and just friends and said, hey, will you take a look at this and tell me what your favorite product is in here? And if you text me back, you'll be in a drawing to get one of the latest hand products, which is the hand soap. And I had probably 15 people text me back and say, oh, I love that so-and-so. And what it does is it really raises awareness. They're looking through that book when sometimes they may not even glance at it or just pick it up and look at the front or back. So I had about 15 people respond. And then I had 3 or 4 people actually order. So anyway, that's just a tip.
I like that. And you know what I did this weekend is I went ahead, y'all, I know y'all seen these. This is the best thing you can do for yourself, okay, for your office, because I'm constantly looking for my books. So I bought these, and these were a company called Filet, F-I-L-E-I-T, and then hyphen pro, filetpro.com, and they're called lookbook savers. And it's just so great. I have them right here on my desk because my customers will say this crazy stuff like, I want to get that Pamper You Pretty set. And I'm thinking, what is she talking about? Well, there you go. Pamper her pretty. And then you go, oh, okay, great. So they look at this and they pick out, I need that party ready look. So, and the other thing that I've noticed is if you look at this, people will start to purchase some of the things that are in the, like for this particular look. So whatever she's got on her face, you might want to make a note of it so that you're kind of prepared on that. So you might want to get you some little, of course you could always do other like sleeve protectors, but I just love having this on my desk. I use it honestly all the time when people call me.
I have one more thing that I wanted to share. Okay. On social media, I've been posting some of those, like you said, those eye color quads.
Yeah.
For autumn and stuff. I did sell one of those because someone did see that on social media. She's like, oh my gosh, that autumn one, that was so pretty. And I said, I have it in stock. And she said, I'll take it. Yeah. So those are, make sure you're sharing stuff on social media and saying, hey, because there's one that's like a this or that. So that's really good.
Yeah. And you guys, some of y'all do the Post My Party. There's a ton in there. But if not, just connect with your sales director, get on her, ask her to put you on her customer page, and then just copy everything she does and put it on your customer page. I mean, we don't care. We will put you on our customer page. don't be saying stuff in there. Like if there's a thing that says anybody that comments gets surprised, you don't need to say nothing. You're not a customer. You're just there to observe. Well, you can if you want to, but anyway, you can't win. But that's a great way to get some something to post if you don't know. Now, Mary Kay they're doing something. It's already on, and I've already downloaded it because y'all know I am a techie girl. But they're having a training on this Tuesday night if you signed up for it at 6:30, and it's the new digital. It's a new app for the digital stuff, and the app is called Hootsville or Hoots something or other. Hang on just a minute, let me find it. Well, you know, now I don't even see it on here, but it's Hootsuite, I think is what it is. But anyway, it has like you download it and it's got all the Mary Kay like digital stuff, and you can just click, and at one point you can just go Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, like boom, boom, boom. It's like just like that. And so check it out. It's on the banners right now on In Touch, and it's better to do it from your phone than from the computer. So anyway, I did want to tell y'all that. And I'm going to see if I can find that thing so I can tell you what it is. It doesn't matter. Y'all just need to go look at it because I can't even find it, but I know it's on here because I've already used it. But anyway, there you go. Okay, anybody else have an idea that you would like to share, director or consultant?
I just want to say that I've started making appointments to go to like my doctor's office, dentist office, insurance, places like that I frequent, because it's time for them to start thinking about Christmas gifts for their employees. And so this is a really good time. You know, I wouldn't maybe take a whole bunch of stuff, but just take 2 or 3 things that are kind of easy for you to package and make it look nice, and then just go sell. I mean, it's so simple for them. You already have it wrapped, and they are happy to have you do that. So that's what I'm doing the next couple weeks.
That is a great idea. I need to do that. Thank you for saying that. That's why we get on here, to motivate each other, right? You know, it's one thing to have the idea, it's the other thing to implement the idea. Okay, anybody else have something they'd like to say before we wrap it up?
Good evening, everyone. This is Shannon.
Shannon.
I put my comments about the video in the chat room, but I wanted to share with you guys. I'm really pulling on everything I remember from all the training I've gotten. And one thing I learned, I did a retail management internship in New York and from school. And one thing they always said is you always want to upsell. You never sell one product. So what I've done is I've bundled the Mary Kay products. I think we might have 19 bundles. And I was just sharing with I just did something for my a new consultant, and she wants to be an all-star. And so we put an order on hold, but we put it on hold in bundles. And so, for instance, the hand wash and the fragrance-free hand wash and the fragrance-free hand cream would be a bundle, but we discounted it. So it's $20 for that bundle, but they still pay tax. But the upsell to the bundle would be to get an extra emollient half price. You see, so that's how we've done it. We've put everything in bundles. And so I'm just concentrating, and the average bundle is $30. And so that's how we're pushing to finish our DIQ this month.
All right.
Is that we have so many bundles to sell, an average of $30. And but the upsell is the kicker, because it would give us more production. So I just wanted to share that with you. When you're thinking about your product, just always pair it up with something that will be a great upsell to encourage the customer to buy more.
That's right. And you guys, just like when people say, hey, I need a new mascara, then you go, awesome, do you need an eye makeup remover? I mean, it just needs to be on the top of your head. Or what we always were taught to do too, say, hey, do you want 1 or 2? Sayla was the queen of this. She goes, hey, do you want 2 or 3 of those? And they go, oh, we'll go and give me 2. I mean, because like people have like 2 homes. They have like maybe a lake house. They got their house or their travel bag, or cleansers, 2 cleansers, 1 for the sink, 1 for the shower. So that's another thing you can do with the upsell. I love that idea. Shannon, thanks for sharing that. And then also just have some things where you think, hey, do you need 1 or 2? 1 or 2, because some people will always go, you know what, go ahead and give me 2. So, all right, ladies. Is there anything else? The link to get the lookbook cover, I will just type it right here in this. There it is. File it, then pro.com. There might be one on my girlfriend's house too. I don't know if they sell it or Sheridan or something. That's where I bought mine. So anyway. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I think it's some great information. I'm inspired. You know what? Every Sunday, you know, it's funny. I think I need this just as much as y'all need this. I mean, it inspires me to get my week going. I think, okay. So thank y'all for inspiring me tonight. I appreciate you. And for all our YouTubers who watch it live, y'all, thank y'all for jumping on here. I see you. And I appreciate you getting on here. And feel free to share it with any other Mary Kay gal that you feel like it would help. So we're going to go ahead and end it on YouTube.